As an API consumer, if you want to call an API that has security attached, you first have to create an app. Give the app a name. We'll use My Test App and enter a summary and description if desired. Enter the app's version ID and then enter version notes. You can enter your app ID and shared secret, or you can let the system generate them. You can also set the visibility to public, private, or registered users. We'll stay with the defaults for this example. Click Finish and your app has now been created. If you want to call an API with security, click APIs, All APIs, and then either find the API from the list or search for it. We'll select the top API in this example. This API has an OAuth security attached to it, so you need to request access to the API from your app. Click Access, select My Test App, click Next. You can then select the environment you want to test in and any licenses that you want. For this example, we'll choose a new restricted license, API Gold, which allows us to access any operation. This screen would normally go to the API administrator, but since we're logged into the administrator for this tutorial, it appears here. The administrator gets a request that says Access Pending. They can view that request, look at the information, and then click Approve. They may also enter a comment if they want. This is another message that would probably go to a different person or a different role to activate this request that's been approved. Once it's activated, they can enter a comment. This app has now been contracted to be able to call this API. Return to the API. If you want to invoke this API, go to the documentation page. Click the Setup button to tell the test client what app you're going to use to call this API. Select My Test App, which now appears in the list of contracted apps, and click Save. Now the test client knows what app is going to be calling this API. If you want to call this get account operation, it doesn't require any parameters, but you'll notice the invoke is disabled. Since this API has an OAuth security policy attached, you have to click the Security tab and then click Get Token. The OAuth provider will issue you an OAuth access token with the read scope. Click Authorize to display your access token. Now the test client has an access token to be able to call this API. When you click Invoke, the API is called and here's the response. And that's how easy it is to test an API with security in the Akana Developer Portal.